Bullies. This was an important topic on my mind this morning. I'm not sure why, but it was like really strong in my mind when I woke up. So I wanted to talk especially today to all the kids and young people who are still in school who watch this channel, because I think that is some of the hardest times in life is being a kid. I know because I went through it when I was a kid, and I survived and came out the other end, and I just wanted to give you a little pep talk in case you need it. When I was in school, I was bullied a lot. I was very different from the other kids in many different ways. For example, I was the only mixed race kid into school. Everyone else in the school was white. Everybody. I was the only person of color in the entire school. And that was back in the day before there was like a lot of mixed kids. Now there's a lot of mixed families, but that was back in the day before that was a popular thing. And the kids used to tease me. There was this boy on the bus, and he used to call me the N-word. He used to make fun of my hair. He used to put like little pieces of paper in my hair and then tell all the other kids, and they would all laugh at me. And I was just on the bus. And then when I got to school, they would tell me that my mom is not my real mom, and they would make fun of me because I had like behavior problems. So I acted a little different from them. And also, I didn't really tell anybody because I was so embarrassed at the things they were saying, because I thought there was something wrong with me, that there was something wrong with me because I had brown skin or because I had curly hair. And I thought it was like almost my fault, in that I was embarrassed to tell anybody because I was so ashamed. Also, when I was in elementary school, some of the teachers used to even bully me. Like, because I had behavior problems, they would point me out in the class and say little things that would get the whole class to laugh at me. And it was embarrassing because that was a teacher. And you know, when you're a kid, you feel so frustrated because you feel like you have no power over anything, especially when the teachers pick on you. And one of the gym teachers, we used to do square dancing in gym. I don't know if you kids do that. I doubt you kids do that anymore. Square dancing is like this super country dance where you like do-si-do your partner. And we used to have to do that in school. And it involves having a girl and a boy dance together. And a lot of times we would be short one boy. And guess who the gym teacher used to make be the boy? Me. He used to make me put on like one of those gym jerseys and be the boy every time. Now, I can understand if he rotated and picked a different girl every time that had to be the boy. But no, he picked me every time, and the kids used to laugh. And why do you think he picked me? I'm not exactly sure, but I think because maybe I was a little bit more of a tomboy than the other kids, or because I had behavior problems and that was just his way of getting back at me. I can't be too sure, but I know he was singling me out. And again, I was too embarrassed to tell my mom or tell anybody who might be able to do something about it, because I thought there was something really wrong with me, and that almost like I deserved it. Moving on to middle school and high school, I used to get teased by a lot of kids that didn't know me, because you know, you mix in with other schools. And there was this one boy who like literally used to chase me down. Not even if I passed him in the hallway, but he used to chase me down and tell me I'm a waste of a human and I should die and stuff, because I used to play the violin. Well, I still do, because I play the violin. I used to be carrying my little violin, and he used to make fun of me because of that. He's like, what you got in there? Violin. And then he would chase me and tease me. And he made a point. It wasn't just because I happened to be walking by him, so he just said something. No, that was like a focus of his day, was to pick on me. That was terrifying, because I felt like there was nothing I could do to get away from him. And I was always anxious, like, is he gonna come? When's he gonna come and make fun of me today? I also got left out a lot in school. Like, during school hours, I had some friends that I joke around with in class and stuff, because I was pretty funny, so the kids like to talk to me, make jokes. But as soon as school ended, I had no friends. Like, no one talked to me on the phone. No one invited me over their house when I was in like middle school and high school. And it was a very, very lonely time. When you're getting bullied, it can be very hard to ignore. A lot of people will tell you, well, just ignore them and they'll go away. But it can be very hard to ignore a bully. Sometimes a bully will even pick on you about things that have a bit of truth to them. Like, say you're overweight and they call you fat, or you have lots of freckles and they make fun of that, or you have a disability and you use a wheelchair or something, and they're going to pick on that because it's something that they can see, and they're going to pick on you about that. And that can be especially hard because you know, well, I am different. This is something about me that they're picking on, and it's something true. And that can be especially hard. And what I say to that is, remember, you are your unique you. You are your own person, and you have your own special way about you. And sometimes it's better not to be cookie cutter like everybody else. When you stand out, when you get older and you stand out, that gives you more opportunities. In school, it stinks. To stand out in school, because you look different, is terrible. And it's probably something that you'll have to deal with till you graduate. But I can promise you, when you get older, standing out and being different can almost always be an advantage when you're trying to get somewhere. So I just encourage you to hang in there. Also, when you're in school, it's a tendency for kids always want to be like the other kids. That's just a natural way of kids' brains, that they want to blend in and be like the other kids. So if you are different, don't worry about that, because as soon as you get out of school, all that goes away. And being your own unique you will be something so great. So I want to encourage you to hang in there. If you're being bullied in school by the kids or even the teachers, try not to let them hurt your confidence, because I let them hurt my confidence, and I missed out on a lot because my confidence was so low for so long. Just remember about the people that do care about you. If you have some friends that care about you, or your family, it's their opinion that matters about you. What they say should have more weight than what some stupid kid at school says. Sometimes it's hard to ignore because it might be a popular kid that's picking on you, and that's hard because you feel like so low, and they just make you feel so bad. But those popular kids are not going to be popular forever. Like I said, when you get out of school, all that goes away. So just keep that in mind. You just tell them, I'm going to show them one day, or I'm going to show myself. Even better, I'm going to show myself one day. Because school is not forever, and it's just a hard time, and school is harder for some kids than others. Some kids breeze through it. They're popular, they have lots of friends, and other kids, they really struggle. And sometimes when you struggle in life, it builds you up and makes you a stronger person, a more interesting person. You have more to offer and tell people about. I went through so many struggles, and now I'm able to share those things with you so that I can help you feel better. See? So it's not always going to be like that. I remember one other thing the kids used to do to me. They used to call me at home. One time they had one of the boys call me and ask me to be his girlfriend. And it was a trick, but I actually believed, I thought maybe he really does want me to be his girlfriend, because I was so gullible. But thankfully, I got so nervous about it, I said, well, I have to ask my mom and dad. And then they got scared that I was going to get my mom and dad, and they hung up. But yeah, the kids used to really mess with me. And I was always a sensitive kid with a tender heart. So it especially really brought me down. And I used to walk with my head down, my arms folded, and I was too shy to talk because I thought I wasn't worth it. One piece of advice I would give you is keep your head up around those kids. Don't shy away oh, I'm just a nothing next to them, and I'm just junk. Don't carry yourself like that. Even if you're feeling that way, just put on a face and the body language of, I have confidence and I'm proud to be who I am. If you're with your friends and some kids are bullying you, turn to your friends and start laughing with them, and just, even if you're not laughing for real, just pretending to have a good time, because the bullies just want to bring you down, and they just want to wreck your day. And if they see you regardless having a good time with your friends, it's not as fun for them. And they also will realize that you have the confidence to not listen to them. Even if you don't quite have the confidence, you just got to put on a face of it sometimes, and then your confidence will actually grow. I found that through experience. So I'm not just saying these things. These are things I've lived through and things that I found to be true. I just want to encourage all the kids and young people that watch this channel. If you're different, if you have a disability, or you're not so popular, or you feel left out in school, it will not always be like that. You are your own unique you, and you keep being your own unique you. Don't let those kids change you or make you try to act like them or be like them, because they're just being rotten, and you don't want to be that way. You want to be a light in the world and keep your good heart. Okay, that was my little talk about bullies. It was for the adults too. I want to say that because there are bullies when you're an adult, but I think it's a little bit easier to handle bullies as an adult because you're grown and you have a grown-up brain, and you can kind of like make more sense of what's going on and tell yourself, well, they're just a jerk. But when you're a kid, it's very hard because it all feels so real and it feels like forever. When you're a kid, it feels like things will never change. And if you're in a bullying situation, whether you're a kid or an adult, just remember situations don't stay the same forever. Like maybe that kid will leave school, you'll graduate, they'll move on to something else, they'll stop bothering you. Or if you're an adult and someone's bullying you at work or something, you know, situations aren't forever and they do change, and eventually you won't have to deal with that person in one way or another. So sometimes you just have to hang in there, and in the meantime keep your confidence up and watch this video to remind you that you're not alone and that these things, they do go away and they do get better. Okay, that's my bit of encouragement for today. And I want to say thanks for watching. I'll see you another day with another video. This is JenAdventuresTV. Okay, bye.